Hey there, folks, and welcome back to the Gamer's Grotto. Where we last left off in Alan Wake 2, we were just finishing off a mission with Saga Anderson. We're kind of still near the beginning of the game.
Hello, Grotto. How are you?
Hey, Lewis, how are you doing? I'm doing okay. Still recovering from the surgery, obviously, but doing a lot better than I was before. Doing a lot better. I can actually walk around without screaming in pain, so that's always fun. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Alan Wake 2, interestingly enough, so the reason this game is nominated for Game of the Year is because of one specific scene. Obviously, the game in general is amazing. The story, the writing, the voice cast, it all blends together really well. But one specific scene in Alan Wake 2 is the reason it was nominated for Game of the Year. So I'm going to show that scene right now so you can check it out for yourself and see why exactly Alan Wake 2 is up for nomination for Game of the Year this year.
And then we'll go. I like the game, but I think that Zelda it's gonna win.
I think I'd be honest with you, Lewis. I think that I don't think Zelda's gonna win. I think it's gonna go to Baldur's Gate 3. I really do. I've been looking at the votes because there's tallying votes and everything,
Hello.
And so you can look it up in real time. Hey, Joshua, how you doing? Adventure Game Hotspot, Joshua. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. I'm still recovering from the surgery, but I'm doing a lot better, as I was telling Lewis. So yeah, this segment here. So I'm gonna just do a quick recap here for Joshua. So basically, Alan Wake 2 is up for Game of the Year. This is one of the segments in the game that is the reason why it's up for Game of the Year this year. So we're gonna watch this.
Medical mask.
Face with medical mask. Yeah. So we're gonna go into this. Whoop. Let me just adjust something here. So this is from later on in the game, but I'm going to go into this right now just to show you guys how cool this entire segment is. So this, I'm not even gonna tell you what's going to happen. You're just going to experience it yourself. But this is one of the reasons Alan Wake 2 was nominated for Game of the Year. This entire segment you're going to see costs Sam Lake a ton of money. He said the high billions, which is kind of interesting. So we're gonna watch this play out. And you're going to see just how crazy this gets.
Welcome, welcome. Our guest tonight is Alan Wake. This time he wanted to do something a little different. A deep dive into who he is as an artist and as a man. Where he comes from, where he draws his inspiration, what demons he wrestles with in the dark hours of the night. Together with our house band, the divine old gods of Asgard, we have created something very special. The song is called Herald of Darkness, but I like to call this next segment the story of the journey of Alan Wake, the musical. We just do what we always do. We'll chat, but instead of talking, we'll sing it.
What the hell? From what I've gathered, you grew up nice and sheltered with mama's pretty stories and your own made-up fury. And mama gave me a magic clicker. Well, yes, I think it's true and fair to say.
So just as a heads up, this is an entire dream sequence. Basically, in Alan Wake, there is a demon called Scratch that is trying to keep him in the demonic world, and this is one of the segments he's using to try and keep Alan Wake in the demonic realm.
That scene would be awesome for the Matrix game that never happened after the last movie.
So as we continue on through this, it's basically like a fully interactive music video. The technical aspects behind all of this were insane. I know that when Sam Lake introduced this to his team of programmers, they were like, are you nuts? Because not only are we having to control the game, but at any given time, we're having multiple video screens all around us, 360 degrees, and some of them have to be completely in sync with each other and also in sync with the player. So they activate at specific intervals when the player crosses a certain location or whatever. All of this is going on all at once. And normally something like this would nuke a system because like it's ridiculous. The amount of power that is being used to do this entire segment is nonsense. It's crazy. And on top of that, not just the technical aspect, but the production aspect. He had to hire an actual band to perform the music, which is Poets of the Fall, which is a very popular YouTube band. He also hired choreographers to choreograph all the dance moves and everything. It's nuts. The entire segment is crazy, and it's over the top, as you'll see as we continue through it.
So you were drawn to stories early on. My dreams would light up my imagination, and you had nightmares night and day. Yeah, but with the clicker, I chased those frights away. Ooh, you, so true. So here is a clue of hope to remember. Visions, they come true. Bend the lights with steel.
Now, if I get the camera right here, you'll see that all three of these are separate video panels, but they're all choreographed. They're all in sync with each other. So Alan Wake dancing on the far left, Mr. Door in the middle, and then Sam Lake, the creator of Alan Wake, on the right. But all of these are separate video panels, but they're all in sync with each other. So all of their dance moves are all 100% in sync with each other, which is craziness. Like, I mean, you're basically, it's a lot of work. So now he's thinking that he's going to escape this area now. He's constantly being sucked into this TV realm. He thinks he's done now. That's why he said finally, because he thinks, oh, now I can get back to the real world. Not even close.
Stories of crime and chilling thrillers of hard-boiled killers became bestsellers. It was all too much, I had to get away. But there is more to it than meets the eye. I never meant for it to ruin my life that way. Would you say you let the jaded lie? Dark shades could never save the day. So sad, but true. could write a new story like Tom's aim before him, and maybe they'd be happy once again. Just one shot, one more chance for him to save their marriage, away from the city, a romantic getaway.
Now, the other thing to note is that in any live-action video segment in this game where Alan Wake is present in the segment, he's actually played by two different people. So Ilkka Ville is the live-action Alan Wake. He is Swedish, if I remember correctly. The entire production cast of Alan Wake, and Alan Wake 2 is from Switzerland or something like that, I believe. And he doesn't speak, well, he speaks English, but kind of, broken up. So he actually does lip syncing. And then they have a voice actor, an American voice actor, I think it's Michael Peretta. If I might be wrong, but I believe that's the voice actor who voices Alan Wake. And so Ilkka Ville has to literally lip sync to Michael Peretta's voice lines for all of the live action video segments in this game, and he does it spot on. Like you wouldn't even realize that it wasn't his voice. All of the voice acting and the acting in the live action segments is insane. Like it's top notch.
Reminds me of the intro for the movies of James Bond.
So on top of walking through all of these things that are going on all at once, all of these video screens, I think in this room in general, there's about 20 video screens all around me. So on top of all of that, I'm being attacked by enemies and I have to defend myself with a flare gun. So this is crazy. I mean, I love it, don't get me wrong, but it's just so over the top. It's amazing. Now this part here is well done too, because at this segment you see he's thinking, okay, I'm done. I'm back. He's thinking, I'm back. I'm back. This stupid music video thing is over with. I'm no longer trapped by the darkness in the music realm. But he's
I didn't see
wrong.
that coming. A vision. Such a dark place, am I trapped in here? Is this real? I cannot remember. There was a manuscript, it held a key. A vicious cycle I must not surrender to. Echo scenes to seek out again and again until I figure it out to bring this song to its end.
And again, that's not him actually singing. That's Matthew Peretta, who is doing the vocals, and then Ilka Vili is playing the live action Alan Wake.
You gotta figure it out to bring this song to its end.
So this part's really funny. We have to write an encore to the song. We just go to the drawing board. This is the only way to get out of the song, basically, is to make a climactic ending. And let me tell you, this climactic ending is pretty damn good. So let's do it.
And I thought this place couldn't get any stranger.
Champion of light,
Catchy, right?
herald of darkness, lost in the Ai, Swedish brothers, perkele. Ai, että nyt on kyllä, joo. Laittopojat jenkkakoneet soimaan. Atana.
So there we go. That's the end of that segment, and then we just kind of walk through this door, and then it just ends the chapter. So if anybody's still here, what are your thoughts on that entire segment? I personally think it's very well done for a game. There's a lot of programming at play for that entire segment that probably would not have been fun to do, but I think the end result was phenomenal. Anyway, we're going to load up our last save from our last stream of Alan Wake. But I figured I'd want to show you guys that in advance so that you can see exactly what is going on there.
I'll work the next steps out on the case board.
and why Alan Wake 2 is nominated for Game of the Year. Ooh, what's in here? Ammo is always nice. Wait a minute, going the wrong way. We need to go back to the car, not to nowhere. Now I noticed that there is, I don't think that's just a reflection. Is that a reflection? No, it's not. So there is something in this building. Yeah, there is rendering at play here. There is stuff, a lot of stuff in this building. But interestingly enough, there's no way to get into the building. At least not that I've ever found. Everything's just kind of... Yeah, like everything's just kind of overgrown with trees. I mean, is that a door? No. So it just seems like a lot of rendering at play for something that you'll never be able to get into. It's just kind of interesting. I normally, when it's something that you can't enter, most games, they kind of fake a rendering. It's not really a proper render. It's kind of like almost like a 3D JPEG image almost. But for this, it looks like they've rendered the entire interior. And I don't think there's I really don't think there's a side entrance. This is all overgrown too. Yeah. Unless, no, there's no way to. So it's literally just a building that you can't enter, but it has a fully rendered interior. Which again, that's a lot of work for something that you'll never be able to see the inside of. Maintenance note, clear signs of tampering. Signal was rerouted into a transmitter that is not, that is a good question. I want to say it's about 50 to 60 hours. Signal was rerouted into a transmitter that is not one of ours. I've fixed it so any alerts will come our way, but it's definitely concerning. I'll make a report for the investigations department. Leaving this here in case I'm not the next person to fix these things. If you're reading this, check for tampering. We may want to put more secure metal casings around the whole thing so that the raccoons can't get into it anymore. Stephen Lynn, Chief Technician. It's quite a long game. I haven't finished it yet, Lewis. I'm right near the end. At least I think I am. I will say that there is not a single moment that I have experienced in this game where I wasn't in awe. Sam Lake has always made masterpieces. And this is, I think, the first time he's ever been nominated for a Game of the Year. Because he did all the Max Payne games. He did Alan Wake 1 and 2. He did Control. And he also did Quantum Break. And not once in that entire career was he ever nominated for a Game of the Year award. So this is a big deal for him, being nominated for Game of the Year for Alan Wake 2. And I'll be honest, I voted for him for Alan Wake 2, and I do hope he gets the award, but I think it's going to go to Baldur's Gate 3 based on what I'm seeing. Though I do feel like Sam Lake deserves, yeah, he deserves it for this game. This game is a work of art, and Sam Lake has always been a very charismatic and very kind person to his fans. He's always been...
Hope you are feeling a bit better.
Oh, I'm doing a lot better, always asleep. Thank you for joining in. You missed one of the most epic segments ever in video game history, but I'll replay it for you in a little tiny bit.
You ready to go?
I am ready to go. Let's take our little Alan Wake back to Bright Falls.
Mr. Wake, we're taking you back to our field office in Bright Falls. You can freshen up there, and then we'll talk properly.
Hey, Mom. Before you say anything, I'm totally fine. Don't freak out. Dad shouldn't have even texted you.
Logan? No one texted me. What's going on?
I'm totally fine. I slipped, that's all. God, it's not the end of the world.
Put your father on the phone.
Okay. Dad, it's Mom.
Don't worry, hon. Logan slipped in the shower and bumped her head. She has a slight concussion, but I'm keeping an eye on her. Lucky I heard her fall. She could have drowned.
Jesus, David. Why didn't you call?
I tried. It didn't go through. She's fine, really. But what about you? You sound stressed.
No, it's, just weird case, that's all.
Well, if you need a hint, my years of board game victories tell me Colonel Mustard did it.
I'll keep an eye out for him. Love you, Dave.
Love you too, honey. Want to say bye to Logan?
Just tell her I love her. Bye for now.
I actually was here, but then dipped out since I wanted to experience that moment for myself when I play the game. I haven't had much time to.
No worries, dude. No worries. Yeah, no, it's an epic segment, and it's not surprising that it's a nominee for Game of the Year, honestly. I know you joke about, when you say Game of the Year this, Game of the Year that, but I honestly feel like Alan Wake 2 deserves Game of the Year.
No.
I really do.
No. They'd be in danger. It'll come for me.
Okay, let's talk about something else. Robert Nightingale. Do you know him? You were both here in 2010.
The Dark Presence got him back then. That's the last time I saw him. 13 years. Fuck me.
No, this actually is a contender from what I've played, and I'm only like 8 hours in. It is phenomenal.
Is this the name of the story on these pages? The writer's name has been scratched out pretty violently, but your name can still be made out underneath.
Scratched out. Yeah. Scratch.
Did you write these pages, Mr. Wake?
I'm trying to remember. It's a crazy jumble, like a nightmare. It doesn't make sense. I remember.
Everybody's here. Take it away, you crazy Vikings!
Was I on a talk show tonight? Waking up in places with no memory of how I'd gotten there. It was out of control. I didn't need another mugshot in the fucking tabloids. Had I already done the show? Was that a recording?
So how Sam Lake describes these segments is that they're not flashbacks. So basically what we are seeing is, you notice that the image it's frozen in time. The game is not going to progress.
I felt a strange pull toward the TV.
Yeah. So the segment on the TV is not going to progress until we activate it ourselves. When we activate it, Alan Wake is literally pulled into the TV, and he's experiencing these segments for the first time, just like we are. So you can see a state of confusion on his face. He's like, where the hell am I? What is this shit? And it's because he is literally being pulled into that TV by Scratch and being made to relive these fictional events of his life that never ever actually happened.
Please give a warm welcome to Mr. Alan Wake. Oh! Alan! Good to see you, Alan. Great to see you. Welcome back to the show. Come on, sit down. Woo! Oh, man. It is so good to see you, Alan. This must be an exciting time for you. Tell me, does it ever get old?
Sorry, does what get old?
Publishing a new book. Are you okay there, my friend? You look like you've been cooped up in the writer's room for a few too many years.
This is exactly how I feel.
You know, I've waited so long.
This is like that game that you were playing about the TV station guy.
Not quite. I mean, it's similar in the sense that it's FMV segments, but no, that's kind of where this ends. This is not really the same at all. Speaking of, I do intend to go back to that game at some point because they released a bunch of DLC for that game, which has you playing different roles and stuff like that. So I do plan to go back and revisit Not for Broadcast very soon because of the new DLCs that came out for it. But no, I don't see the comparison myself, aside from the fact that there's FMV segments and they're kind of interactive. Aside from that, this Alan Wake has always been its own thing. Alan Wake has never tried to copy anything else. It's never been one of those games that, you know, tries to be like another game or anything like that. Sam Lake has always made his games very unique and original, and 90% of his games are mindfucks. I mean, they're really meant to screw with your mind, and he achieves that every time. I mean, he achieved it with Alan Wake. He achieved it with Max Payne, Control, and Quantum Break. He kind of just goes all crazy with his games, and I'm always down for the ride.
We've all been dying to know what "it's not a lake, it's an ocean" really means.
You and me both.
Well, our wait is over. Your new book, Initiation, hits the shelves tomorrow.
What?
That's exactly what every reader will be asking. This book is mind-bending. It's so cerebral. I mean, how would you describe it? An auto-fictional thought experiment? A horror story? A postmodern detective story?
Wait. This isn't right. I haven't written anything.
He's so humble.
Okay, you got me. Good prank, very funny. But yeah, sad to say, I've not written this. I'd remember if I'd written a book, right?
Or maybe it was written by your evil double. Well played, man! That is spot on! Playing the role here. Pretending the world of the book overlaps our own. That's very meta indeed. You see, Initiation tells the story of a fictional writer named Alan Wake, who is trapped in a nightmare, desperately trying to find the manuscript of a novel he has forgotten he has written. The book is set in New York, but it might not be New York at all. He is tormented by his dark doppelganger and guided by visions of a fictional detective he has written. That's right, Alex Casey is in this book as well.
I guess we'll just keep doing this the whole show. The joke's on me.
But isn't that what you sign up for with autofiction? No, but seriously, I found the structure of the reality you build in the book fascinating. It reminded me of The Matrix. I mean, the writer is physically in his writer's room, trapped there, and he projects himself out to this dark dream of New York through the story he is writing. Like astral projection. Did I get that right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Go on. I should be taking notes here. This is great stuff.
Notes to that other Alan Wake in that room writing this as we speak? Are we all in your story, Alan? Wow. No, I wish you every success with your new book, Alan. I hope it's as successful as your best-selling Alex Casey series. Initiation hits the shelves tomorrow. After this, I'm sure we'll all be eagerly awaiting the culmination of this hero's journey trilogy of yours. A book called Return, perhaps. Man, thank you for one of the strangest interviews of my entire career, Alan. All this talk of meta-narratives. I'm expecting to disappear once this scene ends.
Hello? I'm losing it. Something's not right here. I needed to get home. To Alice. What the hell was that interview? Some kind of joke? Initiation? I never wrote a book called Initiation. This felt like a bad dream. Could make a good horror story. Old Gods of Asgard. That name sounded familiar.
So Old Gods of Asgard is actually a fictional band made up for the game. But the band members are actually in a band that you can look up their videos on YouTube called Poets of the Fall. Now, they're an actual Swedish band who Sam Lake is a huge fan of. And he has had them in both his games, Alan Wake 1 and Alan Wake 2, as Old Gods of Asgard. "665, Neighbor of the Beast." That is our combination for the door up ahead. But before we do that, let's take a look in this room, Mr. Door's room.
I was a mess. I'd never heard of this talk show or Mr. Door before. None of it felt right. Was I losing my mind?
My Interpretation of Many Worlds by Dr. Casper Darling. Wait a minute. That's the doctor from Control. And that is Matthew Peretta. So this actor is actually Matthew Peretta, who is the voice of Alan Wake in this game and in Alan Wake 1. That's Matthew Peretta. So that's interesting. So that is this is literally an Easter egg, I guess you could say. Now there is some speculation from fans that all of Sam Lake's games are in one universe. That Max Payne is in the same universe as Alan Wake, and Control is, and Quantum Break. That they're all in the same universe, all happening at the same time. And more, I'm beginning to see that as being accurate. Well, you'll see as we carry on. I believe that number was 665. Yep.
There was something here. A broken transmission I couldn't quite make out. What was that? A message? Impossible to say.
It didn't look like any message I've ever seen. It's just a bunch of images skipping across the TV. An open door? Don't mind if I do. Let's see what's in here.
There was something in the studio with me. I had to get out.
This is the ritual to lead you on.
Waking up from the nightmare, I felt like a drowning man gasping for air. This place felt familiar. A ghost of a memory surfaced, about riding here for countless days. A plot board for mapping out a story. On the index cards, the nightmare that just happened to me. A summary of the story so far, but other notes as well. Warnings. I had written them. I couldn't remember what it all meant. The name Scratch filled me with dread. I could trust these words. I had to act on them. You must write to escape. I couldn't leave. This wasn't the way out. I didn't remember much, but I knew my thoughts and ideas could manifest as reality in this dark place. I'd use my writing to project myself out of this room, like a deep sea diver to go deeper and explore the depths of this prison for a way out. This room was my boat. Writing was my lifeline. I would start again at the talk show.
Face orange biting nails.
Welcome back. Thank you. Oh, you're too kind. Welcome back. We have a great show for you here tonight. We'll treat all you Alex Casey fans out there. Alex Casey himself is here tonight. That's right. Sam Lake, ladies and gentlemen. The actor who has given his face to the famous detective in the film series. And of course, we have Alan Wake here. Best-selling writer, the books, the films are based on. Let's do this!
Welcome back to the show. So, Alan, as the creator of the character, how do you feel about this?
Sorry, what?
I know it can be an awkward question with the man sitting right next to you, but I mean, how do you feel about him in the role of Casey? Does he look the part to you?
He looks exactly like I always imagined Casey to be.
So Sam Lake's face that he's doing there is actually, it's the Alex Casey face, but it's actually a reference to Max Payne. In Max Payne 1, he provided the face for Max Payne. And so that's the reference, is that's the Max Payne face. Sam Lake cameos in all of his games, basically. I'm pretty sure he was in Quantum Break and Control as well. He kind of just is there everywhere in all of his games.
It's uncanny.
Thank you. That means so much to me. I'm a huge fan of your books.
So, what's the problem, Alan? Because on more than one occasion, you voiced your reservations about the adaptations.
It's not that. They're their own thing. They've gone with choices that are different from mine. I feel protective about my stories, and these adaptations... I don't know. I guess I just wish I could have been more involved in making them.
Well, in that case, you won't have seen this either. We have a clip from the new film, Murder Case Casey. Should we roll it, or do you want to say something first, Sam?
Nah, just roll it.
This city was an old scar that refused to heal. The rain made it fester. It needed the sun, but there was only the night. I was tired. Insomnia covered me like a plastic film. I was watching the world through a rain-slick window, my own reflection haunting the view. I was trying to track down a missing writer. My only clue was a table lamp, shaped like an angel. The only thing to shed light on this sordid mystery.
That's great! Murder Case Casey! Great job, Sam. Very exciting and very meta. I'm looking forward to seeing more.
Wait, stop. What was that about a writer? About a lamp?
Hello Grotto. How are you? I actually was here, but then dipped out since I wanted to experience that moment for myself when I play the game. I haven't had much time to. No, this actually is a contender from what I've played, and I'm only like 8 hours in. It is phenomenal. This is like that game that you were playing about the TV station guy. Face orange biting nails. Oh, new bot.
Yeah, she needs to be fired. I don't know why it always does that. I can never figure that out. I feel like it's something on Sony's end. Wait, I'm looking at that wrong. 5, 6, 5. Alright. Nothing new in either of these rooms, so let's continue on. What? No, I didn't. 565. There we go. What the hell? All right. I don't think there's anything to pick up in this location. I just kind of walk through here to go where we initially were going to go. But then we were teleported by evil back to the TV studio.
Hello?
Audie the janitor is so freaking weird, man. Like, who the hell puts up a poster of themselves at their office? It's just kind of odd. He's just such a weird person.
Lorraine, there you are, Tom. Oh,
Tom.
Not so much evil that not a bit of good as well. Not one without the other. Good to see you.
Hey, I can't seem to find my way out of here. Can you point me to the exit?
Totta helvetissä. Of course, Tom. The work will instruct its maker. I was gonna get something from the basement for you, but you can get it yourself now. The more cooks, the worse.
He was awesome in Control as well.
Wait, Audie? Hold on. The actor who plays Audie was in Control? See, I never played much of Control. I need to go back into it. I do own it for PS4, and I barely played it. I played like about, I want to say half an hour of it, and I got bored of it. Maybe I need to go back and give it another try. Which is weird, because normally I really like all of Sam Lake's games, but Control I couldn't get into. Because I have all of his other games. I have all the Max Payne games and Quantum Break on my Xbox. But I never could get into Control.
Yes, he's the janitor in that as well. You should give it another shot for sure. I'd watch that.
Okay, yeah, I will then. I mean, I got some other games that I still need to finish off, and I got new games recently that I want to stream at some point. Now that I'm feeling a lot better, I'm going to be streaming a bit more. I'm going to try and stream every day to catch up with all the days that I missed streaming. But yeah, no, I'd be willing to give it a go for you, for sure.
Have we met before? Are you trapped in the dark place too?
You remember Ahti, the janitor. You can't be lost if you don't worry about where you are headed. So don't worry, Tom. The sun will shine even into a heap of twigs. Just remember to turn on the lights. It won't take long when you get to work.
Now, another thing I wanted to mention, and I mentioned this in the first playthrough of this game, the first part, is that, interestingly enough, the tech that they're using for the facial animation in this game was taken from L.A. Noire. They're using the depth analysis room that L.A. Noire used. Remedy got access to it through Rockstar. So that's why the facial animation in this game is so damn good. It's because they're actually using scanned actors' faces.
What do you want me to get from the basement? And my name's Alan, not Tom.
Ja, mutta katoppa kun a man, but a man with a tool makes two, Tom. Eikö niin? And a man with a tool can build his own exit. It's in a shoebox, in the basement where you left it. Safe as in the Lord's purse. Here's the key.
So, out of curiosity, then, Always Asleep, did he play the same character then in Control? Like, did he play Audie the janitor in that as well, or was he a totally different character?
I've been trying to find a way to escape the dark place. Any suggestions?
He who mouths about his troubles is the prisoner of his troubles. It's not easy to get out. But don't you worry, Tom. The home is still there.
Yeah, same character.
Oh, wow, okay.
I think about it when I mop the floor and look.
Well, that goes back to what I was just saying then. That all
is the memory of the world. Water finds its way.
The janitor was a bit out there, but still a friendly face. I had to trust the basement would get me out of here.
That's crazy. So that goes back to what I was saying, where all of these games are set in the same universe. God, Sam Lake is just amazing. Like, just one of the best game developers in the world, I would say. Easily. Just the amount of... That man is so intelligent. You can tell by his writing. He's such an amazing individual. And another thing I wanted to mention earlier is I noticed that Ilka Vili, who is the actor who plays Alan Wake, he's the facial capture for Alan Wake, as well as...
When I saw him in this, I was so happy. Everything being connected is so damn cool.
It really is. So Ilkavili, the actor who plays Alan Wake in the live-action segments, not the voice, just the look, as well as the face in the CGI animated segments. I noticed that he is very outgoing and kind and willing to come on anybody's YouTube channel and talk about Alan Wake 2. Because I noticed he was on somebody else's channel who was like very little subscribers on their channel, I think less than mine. And he came on and he was talking to this guy and they had like a one-on-one interview. And I'm thinking if I can get him on my channel, I think that would be fun. I would really like, because he's really outgoing. I was watching the interview with him and this other YouTuber, and he's so nice, like just such a gentleman, you know? And I think it would be kind of cool to have like the Alan Wake, maybe commenting on stuff from this game as I'm streaming it. I think that'd be kind of cool, or something like that. I might have to find a way to get in touch with him.
He seems really nice.
Oh, he is. He's a gentleman. Well, I mean, same with Sam Lake, right? They're both legends. I mean, I'm literally crossing my fingers that Sam Lake wins Game of the Year, or at least a lot of awards for this, because I really do think he deserves it. Originally, I was going to give it to Al. Okay, so interestingly enough, so when I voted for Game of the Year, I was originally going to give it to Spider-Man 2. And then I experienced the segment that you want to experience for yourself, the music segment. And that's when I decided, no, I can't in good faith give that award to Spider-Man 2. Not after what I just saw. There's no way. I was like, no, it has to go to Alan Wake 2. Like, I mean, there's just so much more incredible writing going, so much more incredible writing going on in this game than what happened in Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 honestly just felt like a rinse and repeat of the previous game, but with like new visuals and you know, new gameplay elements and obviously a new story, but it just felt like more of the same. Whereas Alan Wake 2 is so totally different from Alan Wake 1. It's not only is it a sequel, but it just feels so much more polished and so much more AAA. Even though, you know, Remedy is not a AAA studio in the slightest. They're fairly indie.
An old lamp in a shoebox. Was this what the janitor had left for me? The lamp felt significant. A tool for bringing light to the darkness.
Yeah, that's the vibe I got with Spider-Man 2, which is fine, don't get me wrong, but this feels like something very special.
It does. I agree 100%. Did you also notice that the clicking device that he... Can I just say that clicking device that he just picked up is literally a game award? I don't know if other gamers noticed that. That's literally a Game Award trophy. It's literally the Game Award trophy. I always found that funny. Whenever I looked at that, I'm like, that's literally the trophy that game developers win for the Game of the Year award. I was like, are you trying to tell us something, Sam? That you deserve the award? I think you do. I don't disagree that he deserves that award, but I just found that so funny.
Whoa,
it's literally the exact same. I wish I could. There's no photo mode on this. I wish there was, because I wish I could just pause it right there and show you a side-by-side comparison.
Changed, like something in a dream. Opening a way forward. The lamp was humming. The bulb glowed. It held the light now.
But yeah, no. If it's so funny, if you do a side-by-side comparison between this clicker thing and the Game Award trophy, you'll see that they're identical. they're the exact same.
Surge from the lamp. The glow in the lamp went out, shifting the light in the room. The light carved out something new from the darkness.
Okay, we can't go in that door until we switch this back. There we go. Now, all of this would not be possible on a last-gen console. You'll notice that what it's actually doing, when I'm switching back and forth rooms, it's actually loading in real time. So that is actually loading. That is actually a totally separate room, and it's loading via SSD. Because PS5 uses SSD, and I think that Xbox Series X uses SSD as well. Solid-state drives are renowned for their infinite loading time. Not infinite, that's the wrong word. Their loading time is so fast that you wouldn't even notice. That when I'm switching back and forth between rooms, that's two separate rooms. That's a loading screen. But you can't notice because of the infinite, such a quick loading time on the SSD. Now, if I were to play this on PS4, not that I think PS4 could handle this game, but if I were to play this on PS4, if I were to switch rooms in that segment that I just did, there would probably be a loading screen come up. Okay. Couldn't remember if there was something in that room or not. It doesn't look like it. So let's go back upstairs and go talk to Audie. See what he has to say.
I needed to find another way out.
Or not. Let's not go upstairs and not talk to Audie. Let's continue exploring, I suppose. Oh, there's the exit. Jesus, you didn't have to... Calm down, Alan. We don't need to headbutt the doors. It's fine. They didn't hurt you.
The dark place wants to drown me. I'm losing myself. I have to fight it. I have to remember. The clicker. The light switch. I lost it. But I have the lamp now. The lamp the switch was cut from. This place is a nightmare. Not real, and yet more real than anything. The danger and the horror real. It feeds off my mind. Twisting whatever it takes into psychotic reality. I'm trapped here. I write to escape. I've tried this many times. Written countless stories. Forgotten how many. I keep failing. But I must keep trying. I use the story to dive deeper. Every word I write is a step forward on this spiral into darkness. I dive to the bottom to find the answer, the map, and the key, the compass. It's combined to form a door leading out. But how do you open a door that's not a door? At the bottom of an ocean, that's not an ocean. And a lake, that's not a lake.
Good God, Alan, what are you getting yourself into? Alright, do we have a... It looks like... Okay. I see the shoebox there, so we not have... Oh, we do have a thermos, so let's save our progress. Just to be safe. Now we're out in a
payphone was ringing.
Dark Presence.
Somehow I knew the call was for me.
A Dark Presence version of New York City. Which honestly, New York City is rather dark as it is, but Alan Wake has made it even darker. So let's answer this phone. This is obviously ringing for us because there's nobody else alive in this desolate place.
Hello?
Alan Wake?
Yes.
Do you know who I am?
No? Who is this?
We'll get to that later. There are spies all over. Shadows.
A sense of deja vu washed over me. Had I had this conversation before?
Alan, listen to me carefully. Caldera Street Station, the subway. You need to go there. I'll call you again later. Make sure to pick up.
Do I know you? I know you from somewhere.
You just forgotten again. We're in it together. Don't worry. I got you now. We've been working. Great.
I'm losing you. Hello? Hello?
This area was so creepy to me. Top tier atmosphere.
top tier atmosphere. I hate my bot so much. It can't pronounce any English words properly. All right. Anyway, yeah, top tier atmosphere for sure. No, I understand it. It was a very creepy location.
The man had said Caldera Street Station. I had to go there.
Top tier atmosphere, bot. But anyway, okay. Yeah, so the voice on the phone is actually Ilka Vili. That voice that you heard on the phone is actually Ilka. That's his actual speaking voice. The guy who plays Alan Wake in the FMV segments, but is not the voice of Alan Wake. So that was him talking. So as you can see, he's got a kind of a Swedish accent to him. His English is really good, but it's just that Alan Wake is supposed to be American, so a lot of people were wondering that why cast two people to play Alan Wake, like you're casting an American voice actor and a Swedish actor. And I think the reason for that is Alan Wake is supposed to be American, and if they used Ilka Vili's voice to be Alan Wake's voice, he sounds too Swedish. He doesn't sound American. And they didn't want to go for that. They wanted to go for an actual American-sounding voice. So they went with Matthew Peretta as the voice actor and Ilka Vili as the quote-unquote actor who plays Alan Wake. Now, we can't do anything until we get ourselves a flashlight. So let's head down to this beautifully lit alleyway. Now, fun fact about the statues, if you look up if we go into, oh boy, where is it? There is, I don't remember where it's located. I think it's under tutorials. Yeah, if we look up enemies, oh, we haven't fought one yet. Okay, so it won't show it here yet. But if you look up the description for the shadow people in the Taken shadow people, they won't actually attack you unless you shine a flashlight on them or you get too close to them. Otherwise, they'll leave you alone. So that's the easiest way to avoid the shadow folks, is to just kind of pretend that they're not there. And why am I walking the wrong way? Yeah, so you just pretend they're not there, they'll leave you alone.
Is this the way it was on the page?
What the hell? Oh, hey. We met at Door's show.
Alan Wake, the writer. I'm Alex Casey. I'm looking into a murder.
Come on, what is this?
There's a piece of evidence, a manuscript of a novel. You wouldn't know anything about it?
A manuscript? What manuscript? I need to see it.
Rumor had it the manuscript contained the details of the murders. A murder cult was following the story to commit their gruesome acts. Was Wake their leader? Had he written it? How far would he go to create a perfect work of art? Or would he be the next victim? Stay here.
No, wait! I need a gun!
No chance.
play with guns, kids.
Killing me here, loop by loop. You're not gonna get what you want. You think you know. You know shit. You don't really wanna know. You're gonna get what's coming to you.
Yeah, there you go. That's the motto of Alan Wake 2. Yep, stay in school, kids. Don't fire
gun
guns.
and flashlight to protect myself.
All right.
This was an echo of the books I had written for years. Picking up Casey's gun felt like I was assuming the role of the detective.
The detective that doesn't exist.
No, I could use it to make
That's
my way
that's
deeper.
the weird thing is like you don't know what's reality in this game because even when we're playing as Saga Anderson, that reality is scripted by Alan Wake. So this reality, that reality, what's real? Like I mean, what's not fictionalized in this game? I mean, from the game's point of view. I don't mean obviously the entire game is fictionalized, but what I mean is like from the game's story's point of view, what's real and what's fiction? I don't think there's anything real. I don't think there's anything real in this game. I don't think Saga Anderson actually exists. I don't think Alex Casey exists. I don't think Alan Wake exists. I think everything is... I don't know. It's hard to say. I think like everything is just kind of like...
The alley in darkness now? Restless shadows block my way.
Why is my flashlight not working? Hold on. What's going on here?
The shadows faded out.
That was
Until they
weird.
didn't. They were trying to stop me. With the gun and flashlight, I could fight back.
All right, so we need to subway station. We need to go to the subway station, which is try to get my bearings here. I think it should be down here. Yeah, there we go. All right. These shadows are still stalking me. That might be one that's going to attack me. It's hard to say.
Sign was there, but the entrance was missing. I had to make it appear.
I think he's going to attack me.
Maybe I could use the lamp to reveal the station
Yeah.
entrance.
All right. Alright. So we need to steal the light from that and attach it to this.
The lamp was dead in my hand. I needed to find a light for it.
Oh, wait a minute. I think I screwed that up. Alright, there we go. We gotta attach it to this light source. There we go.
I needed to find another light to go deeper inside.
Now this is not going to give us any progress. The only reason I went down here was to grab the things from the locker. Because realistically, we don't want to be down here just yet. But extra ammo is always a nice thing to have. Especially when you're in the Dark Realm. Don't remember if there's anything in here. Don't know what the hell I just picked up, but okay. And I don't think there's anything. No, I think we're good. So we need another light source, which means we have to get 2 light sources in our game award. And we go up here. A little rooftop traversal. Don't write. Don't tell me what to do, train. I've lost my train of thought. Haha. Alright, let's continue on. So we need to go up and around. Wake, wake, wake. Yes, yes, that's my name. Don't wear it out. Ah, for fuck's sakes. Yeah, try coming in here. Alright. We'll do a quick save. No, we'll do a manual save, actually, just to be safe. Alright. Making some progress. Let's see. I know we're going to get attacked by these guys. It's just painfully obvious. So let's try to avoid as much as possible to save our flashlight's battery.
There was something hidden here. Light would reveal it.
No, it won't, because I think I've already... That's right. Go to the Shadow Realm, mate. We don't want you here. You little troublemakers.
A phrase
there we go.
Over and over.
There we go.
The words resonated with meaning.
Word of lamp. I'll head on over to the writer's room in a second once I get clear of any shadow people. What is in this store? I don't remember this. Remember, I had to climb the ladder, but... Wait, is this the opposite side of the... Oh, this is... Okay, this is where I need to be, actually, but, we're going to climb up here for a sec, because there is a lot of shadow of taken in this location. Also, kind of want to see what's down here. What? Oh. Stupid arrow.
Goddamn shadow folk face screaming in fear.
God damn those shadow folk, I tell you. Always getting in the way. Restores 50 health for each second when using a flashlight boost on hostile shadows. That's actually not a bad thing. Provides 10% chance to stun enemies on flashlight's boost. Provides 25% chance to regain a flashlight charge on killing an enemy. It's actually Lucky Strike. That's actually not a bad one to have. 25% chance to regain a flashlight charge. That's not bad. These are all really good. I think I'm going to go for that, actually. That restores 50 health for each second when using flashlight boost on. That seems like a good one to have. And then we got one more unlockable here. Words of War. Increases damage dealt by the last bullet in the revolver's chamber by 25%. Increases double barrel shotgun damage by 25% when hitting multiple enemies with one shot. And restores 50% of max of health when landing a direct hit with the flare gun. Well, I don't have a double barrel shotgun right now, so that's pointless. 50% of max health when... no, flare gun I don't really use that much. Increases damage dealt by the last bullet in the revolver's chamber. That seems like the best one to use right now. Alright. And let's head back into the real realm before we get attacked. Now keep in mind, when we switch back to this realm, we are not immune. So this is a room in his mind. Just like in Saga Anderson's, when we play a Saga Anderson, that one room, the mind palace she goes to is a room in her mind. So we can still be attacked in this realm by shadow people, because realistically he's not even in this world. He's here. And this is just the inside of his mind. So we can definitely be attacked while we're in that location. So ideally, it makes more sense to go into that world when you're in a safe area and not in an area plagued by enemies. Okay, let's bounce. Weird, I don't even see the shadow people. I remember when I first did this, there was like 50 of them in this location after I turned on the siren. Seems like there's nobody. Oh, it's forcing me to go down the ladder, isn't it? Oh, motherfuck. Alright. Well, let's reload my gun. I feel like I'm going to need that ammo in a second. Run, Alan. Run to that door is not a door that I can go... oh, it is. Okay. Oh, fantastic. Hello. It's a real honor to meet all of you. Kindly move out of my way. Excuse me. Yeah. Grunt all you like. You're in my way. Shut up. Yeah? Try it. Alright. Let's do a quick save. And... we're good. We should be good. Aside from them. Can't attack, but you can't catch. I mean, you came close. I heard the attack moan. But, these little rider shoes were too fast for you. Alright. Let's, head back down to the train station. Now we need 2 charges to activate the train station. Now we got both charges, so we steal this one. And
the gates to the platform were closed. I had a ticket.
Ooh. Yes, please. More ammo is always a plus. Is there anything else in here that I might miss? That's the entrance. So I guess we can go in either entrance, technically. Looks like that's it. So let's go on these horrible trains.
Something about the station platform felt significant. It would work in my writing, but I needed more. Something lingered here. A half-forgotten memory. An echo.
Now this is really interesting for those of you who played the first Alan Wake. So all of these quotes on the wall are actually from the first Alan Wake game. Stephen King has been a source of inspiration to me. I thought about all the inanimate objects that had come to life in his books. No one is safe.
Something was here. A vision about to reveal itself. I needed to look at it from the right angle.
Shut up, Alan. No one is safe in a good horror story. Certainly not the protagonist. These are all quotes from the first game. That's what makes them fun. This was anything but. The darkness could possess anything, and it was getting closer. I had never been this glad to see the sun rise. I had a couple of hours to get to the coal mine. Literally, it's literally lines that Alan Wake said in the first game. You think you can play with people's lives and kill them when you think it adds to the drama? That line was said by the Darkness, the Taken in the first game. You think you can play with people's lives when kill them when it adds to the drama? That's from the axe murderer at the beginning of Alan Wake 1. The guy who's swinging his axe. He says that. You are in the story now and I'll make you suffer. Both of those lines were said by the axe murderer in Alan Wake 1 at the very beginning of the game. So all of this, if you pay attention to the environment and aren't just walking through it, or running through it, I should say, you'll notice a lot of stuff that references the first game.
An FBI agent had come here before me on the trail of a murder cult. He'd gone missing, presumed dead. The cult was leaving me clues to follow, connecting the dots from one murder to the next, inviting me to draw an obscene picture on the city map. Caldera Street Station. The name made me think of the exit wound of a bullet.
I had a flash of inspiration.
Yeah, this is a game that begs to be explored. Worth taking your time to do so.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. And I'm perfect for that in that sense because I love open world games where I can just explore every nook and cranny. That's one of my favorite things to do in video games is to just wander around and essentially look for Easter eggs or secrets. Here's another one here, see? I've always had a vivid imagination, but this dream unsettled me. It was wild and dark and weird, even by my standards. So yes, it began with a dream. That is literally the opening dialogue to Alan Wake 1. Literally the very beginning of the game. Is this the same thing? Yeah, it is. Okay. But yeah, it's really cool that the darkness is twisting around New York. You're just thinking that these are just subway signs when really they're not. Everything here, for the most part, is lines from Alan Wake 1. See? Following a typical nightmare pattern, I was late, desperately trying to reach my destination, a lighthouse. For some urgent reason I couldn't remember, I'd been driving too fast down a coastal road. I can't read the rest. Too much graffiti on it. I understand what I had to do now. I knew how to write the ending to Departure. There is light and there is darkness. There's guilt and there's atonement. But the scales always need to balance. Everything has a price. There's a long journey through the night back to the light. It's not a lake. It's an ocean. And again, all these lines, again, from Alan Wake 1. And have no bearing on these street signs whatsoever. It's just the darkness. I would say less darkness and more scratch fucking with Alan Wake at this point. What am I missing here, though? This is obviously where I need to go, but do I need to manipulate light again? I don't think I can. There's something I'm missing. I'm trying to remember how I did this when I first played this chapter. What if I... No, because that's going to take away the subway thing, isn't it? Yeah, no, that's definitely not what I need to do. that's the opposite of what I need to do. It's not letting me go down onto the tracks. Yeah, I didn't think that was gonna work. I didn't think that was gonna work, but oh, jeez, I'm an idiot. Oh my god, of course. I have to go to the plot board. I'm so stupid. I would have been there for ages.
I had a story thread.
There we go.
The dark place reacted to my story. The way into the tunnels was no longer blocked.
So that's one of the things in this game is that you can manipulate the environments by writing new parts of the story because he's living in a fictional story, right? At this point in the game. So by writing new plot elements, by going to the Mind Palace, you can affect the story, you can affect the game world by manipulating and changing parts of the environment through writing.
It could not be opened on the side.
Which is honestly one of the most unique... Okay, that's a game glitch. I was going to say, is that why was that graffiti just disappearing? Yeah, that was just a game glitch. It's just screen popping.
The tracks led into the tunnel. That was my way forward.
These are actually really good quotes, too. In a horror story, the victim keeps asking why, but there can be no explanation, and there shouldn't be one. The unanswered mystery is what stays with us the longest. These are actually really good quotes, and it speaks volumes of Sam Lake's intelligence as a writer. Because man, I'm telling you, that man is a genius.
The blood trail continued deeper into darkness.
Yeah, you know what? Leave me alone.
Shit. I don't like the sound of that.
It's okay. We're at a safe room. We'll be fine. Alright, let's do ourselves a manual save. Anything here to grab? Nope, nope, nope. Alright, let's go. A bit annoyed that I wasted that one bullet, but Sylvie. Find Alice. Yeah, no. It's not what we're doing. We just need to escape the dark place. It's kind of more important than saving Alice at this point. Also, the fact that he's... So, Alan Wake 1 released 13 years ago. How they wrote this game is that this game takes place 13 years later, which is ironic considering that the game is... Alan Wake 1 is actually 13 years old in general. So they kind of built it off of realism in a sense. Which implies that Alan Wake has been desperately trying to find his way back out of the darkness for 13 years. Trying to get back out of the darkness and find Alice for 13 years. Which is kind of crazy. Because most normal people would have just given up. They wouldn't actively be trying to do this for 13 years. I don't really use the grenades. I guess I'll grab them for now, but it's just bogged down my inventory. I guess they're useful if we get into a boss fight or something, but for the most part, I don't think we'll need them. That's telling me to go here, but I can't even get past this area. That doesn't seem right, unless I should be able to cut into a train if I remember correctly. Yeah, alright, here we go.
The tunnels were a maze. The blood trail led me on.
What? Those arrows don't make sense. So they point there and then they point away from there. Hold up. So there's got to be a bin. No, there's nothing here. Oh shit. I didn't even notice that. Alright, there we go. That's what I was pointing at. That's cool. All right. Did it not unlock? Words of power. Oh yeah, words of aid. All right, cool. Let's upgrade that. Increases hand flare's area of effect by 13% and duration by 1 second. Shouldn't that be second? It increases effectiveness of trauma pads by 10% and increases effect duration of painkillers by 1 second. Let's do the trauma pad. Right, let's carry on our way. I don't think there's anything down here. Oh. Oh. Okay. So we can manipulate that area with a light source. We just need to find a light source, and that looks like one right there. Perfect. We just need to get over there. Which the only way we can go is this way, by the looks of it.
Another place to use in the story. I needed to search the tunnels for further visions. Inspiration for the story that would lead me deeper.
Find inspiration in the collapsed tunnel? Hold on, do we not have any plot points that we can use?
For a scene.
I don't know if that's going to manipulate the world enough.
I changed the story, and with that, the dark place changed.
Kind of.
The federal agent had come here looking for answers. All he found was a fate worse than death.
Yep, certainly seems it.
It's bad luck to be on this case. The cult can get you anywhere with that black magic shit. Let the day shift handle it. What happened, anyway?
Some Fed came looking for the cult, but it was a trap. A satanic blood sacrifice.
Anyone who gets involved with the cult, they're next. I heard their leader is this famous writer, Alan Wake. Their unholy motherfucking messiah.
Sounds like a load of bull.
Those two cops are so stupid. And oh, that's the other thing to mention, is that a lot of Alan Wake is based off of the TV series Twin Peaks. So originally, from what I remember reading, Sam Lake was originally intending to make a Twin Peaks game, couldn't get the rights to the game, and so decided to make Alan Wake. Because he had already written like the story elements, the basic story elements in Alan Wake 1, that he was going to go incorporate into a Twin Peaks style game, or a Twin Peaks game. And then once not getting the rights, he's like, you know what, I'm still going to make my thing, but I'm going to call it my own, I'm going to make up my own name. And so he went with Alan Wake. And so that's why if you play a lot of Alan Wake 2, a lot of the little nuances here and there in the game are very reflective of stuff from Twin Peaks. Okay. Something else I want to do quickly before heading down there. Yes, I thought so.
Another echo lingered here. A source of inspiration.
Echo was awfully far away. There we go.
What do you know? Word is, your research can help me, ma'am. What do you know?
There's more than one urban legend about the cult of the word. The murder cult used these tunnels for their ritual sacrifices. They say the cult reenacted the murders in Alan Wake's crime books. That Wake was even involved somehow, under a false identity. Mr. Scratch, which is, of course, a nickname for the devil himself.
It was disturbing finding myself in the story this way. But I
Wasn't
was
that the
desperate,
girl from
and
the
it felt
diner?
right for the story.
I think that was the black girl from the diner, the one who her and her boyfriend or husband or whatever, they ran into the cult of the tree. That was in our first playthrough. That looked like her shadow. It might not be her, but it definitely looked like her. Question is, what would she be doing talking to Alex Casey? Because Alex Casey wasn't in the alternate reality where we played as Saga.
Alan Wake.
She was the lead investigator, and she was the one talking to those folks. It wasn't Casey. You know what? Oh, it's making me go down this way. All right. Two of them. I didn't realize there was two. I thought it was just one.
But the restless shadows would return.
All right. Where was that flooded area? It was back here. All right.
The water was gone. The way forward was open.
Night Springs doesn't exist. It's a fictional town from the TV show I used to work on. It was Any Place USA, a place we used as a backdrop to whatever strange story we had that week. One of the stories I wrote for the show involved a man, the champion of light, fighting his evil double, the Herald of Darkness, which ironically is the lyrics to the song that we listened to at the beginning. At the oil derrick, the wheel had been jammed in the place. What? The wheel had been jammed and turned until the oil gurgled and flowed thick and flammable. The warning lights were blinking in a fast rhythm, bright and steady. Powered by the battery, the Kasabian CD was playing in the boombox, all distorted guitars and intense beat. High above, some piece of orbital junk or another collided with the satellite, knocking it radically off course. I don't remember that being a line in Alan Wake 1. That almost feels like it's from another one of his games. Hold on, I want to say that's from Control. I want to say that line is from Control. I don't remember that being from Alan Wake. Not Control, sorry, Quantum Break.
Was it worth the risk to go see who?
Hello? Oh. Hey, Alan. You snuck up on me.
Okay, so if you remember in the first chapter that we played last time, which I know it's been a while, it's been 2 weeks thanks to the surgery, but the sheriff disappeared, and nobody knew where he went. He just vanished into thin air, the manuscript that he was holding fell to the ground. Saga picked it up, and she's like, well, where'd the sheriff go? He just kind of vanished. This is where he ended up. He ended up literally in Alan Wake's alternate reality in an abandoned train yard. So that's kind of weird, but I mean, then again, everything about this game is weird, so it's not too surprising.
Oh, that's my crazy wall. I'm just trying to make sense of things.
Hi Grotto. Sorry I don't know anything about this game or franchise. Looks like a cool combination of Constantine and John Wick.
No, not even close. No. So Alan Wake is a horror mystery game.
BTW, you had surgery? You okay now?
I'm still recovering. I'm still in a bit of pain when I walk around and stuff. But for the most part, I'm doing a lot better. I avoided streaming for quite a while because my voice was so raspy. I'm telling you, I sounded like Marge Simpson when I got out of surgery. You wouldn't have been able to hear me. I would have been like, reading this, I'd be like, remember, I was at the morgue. I was about to give the evidence. I would have been terrible. So I took a break there to recover a little bit. I'm still not fully recovered. It's going to take about 4 weeks. But yes, I did go in for emergency surgery about a week ago. Warland Door. Remember, I was at the morgue. I was about to give the evidence to the FBI. Door transported me here to this dream reality. Why? Who, where, why, motive, why me? The red-headed woman. Me, but not me. Others I know, yet they are different. Facts. Missing time. No memory. Dreams. Abducted. Aliens. UFOs. This is polyhedrons? What is he talking? Yeah, he is crazy. Polyhedron. Always ended up here. Will I forget when I get out? Well, Officer, you are a bit of a wacko. So anyway, Lester. So basically, Alan Wake is about a horror writer who writes horror stories, and everything that he writes kind of becomes a reality, a twisted reality. And the only way he's able to escape this reality that he's kind of written himself into.
I knew it.
That's right. We must always blame the polyhedrons. They are at the curse, at the center of the universe. They are the problem with the world. But yeah, so basically, Alan Wake is trapped in an alternate reality that he himself wrote by a demon called Scratch. Scratch is keeping him in the alternate reality. In order to escape, he has to find a way out of that reality back into the real world. In order to do that, he has to find a way to write himself back into the real world. It's a very twisted and very weird game, but a masterpiece. I mean, it's Sam Lake. Sam Lake is known for making gaming masterpieces. All of his games are very psychological and very mind-bending.
Okay. Cool concept. Text yellow goal.
All of his games are very, very out there. Very kind of. So his first game series he ever did was Max Payne. After that was Alan Wake, and then Control and Quantum Break. All of these games, of course, have very strange stories and very X-Files-ish, if you will, very surreal. Alan Wake 2 is, of course, his newest game, which came out, I want to say, about 2 weeks ago, something like that. And I've been streaming it, been trying to stream it until the surgery and all that fun stuff. But, yeah, we'll tune in, keep on watching. There's some cool stuff that you're going to see happening. And when we end the stream, at the end of the stream, I'm going to, again, play... Lewis already saw it, but I'm going to play it for you guys. The reason why this game has been nominated for Game of the Year, which is a fully interactive musical number, which I'm sure you guys will appreciate.
Okay, Max Payne, that game is old enough for me to have played. LOL.
Yeah, so Max Payne, believe it or not, is getting a full-on remake. That's coming out next year. So Max Payne 1 and 2 are being remade in Unreal Engine 5. So Max Payne is coming back. with a whole new game engine. The exact game that you remember is getting remastered with a full new game engine, and yeah, that's coming out next year.
Sorry. Have we met?
Memory problems again, huh? Yeah, we've met. Tim Breaker. We've shared notes. Hey, I've made some progress on the map if you want to take a look. I still haven't found my mystery man, though.
Who's this mystery man?
Oh, it wouldn't be much of a mystery if I knew. All I have is a name. Warland Dorr.
The talk show host?
No, that doesn't sound like him. The guy has many disguises, but a talk show host? No. I'll keep looking.
You're making a map?
Trying to. It's hard to map a dream, though. I keep ending up in unexpected places. I find interesting things like those strange markings that react to the light, but never the one thing that I'm looking for. Feel free to check the map out. Oh, I've been stockpiling supplies while I poke around. If you find a stash, take anything you need.
I appreciate the help.
So now, interesting, this is, I can't remember the actor's name, but he is from Quantum Break. He was the lead actor in Quantum Break, which is another game by Sam Lake. Now, as I was talking with Always Asleep, we both came to the conclusion that every single one of his games is set in the same universe. It's very obvious, by the way, everything kind of connects together. And it's really cool. He really has a wonderful imagination for a game developer. And I'm really excited to hopefully see him win Game of the Year. Because I do feel that Alan Wake deserves that win. Just for the unique experience alone. Wait, that was your supplies? Was one... Now, hold on. There's got to be something I'm missing here. You made it sound like you were stockpiling a shitload of supplies. You have nothing in here. You had a box of ammo. That was your supplies, bro?
See you around, Alan.
Yeah, see you later. Thanks for the supplies. It was literally nothing. Go away.
Supply, singular.
Yeah. Really? I wouldn't even call that a supply. Oh, hello, brother. So that would have been one of the Taken, which is like one of the demon shadow people in the alternate reality. They can be nice, they can be bad. You will never know until they hit you over the head with a crowbar. Oh, we got to a safe house. That's always nice. Let's quickly look at...
The memory is fading like a dream. I must hold on to it. I remember an awful beacon in the darkness, the scene of a ritualistic murder site in the subway tunnels. Is it the previous draft of my writing? Must be. I've been trying to shape the dark place around me, but so much fades away. Even my memory of the process washed away by dark waves. But some things remain. The darkest, nastiest elements, like the murder site. It's my goal, a stepping stone to travel deeper to escape. Write a narrative that takes me there. Casey will lead me to it.
Interesting. Alright, let's grab some supplies. Okay. There's nothing in there either. Alright, let's...
The shadows attack randomly? That makes for cheap jump scares, doesn't it?
Oh, I wouldn't say... I'll be honest with you. There has been nothing in this game that has really given me jump scares. But then again, I'm immune to jump scares. I've been one of those kids growing up when I was a lot younger, obviously, watching a lot of horror movies. I think one of the very first
The
horror
train
movies
blocked
I
my
ever
way
saw.
forward, but it was here for a reason. It had a role to play.
I think one of the very first horror movies I ever saw was the Friday the 13th movies, and I was like 6. So horror stuff doesn't do anything for me myself, especially not jump scares. Jump scares don't do anything for me at all. Also, can I just comment on the lighting effects in this area? Like, holy shit, does that ever look beautiful?
I had to figure this out on the plot board.
Anyway, sorry. I'm really into good attention to detail in game graphics, especially when it comes to lighting effects. Because a lot of this shit is not easy to do for programmers, and you gotta admire them when they pull it off so well. All right, we need to go back to the plot board and write a new location.
Story.
Agent had come here looking for the cult for trouble. The cult used fire to claim dominion over the tunnels. All right, let's change.
The scene had changed.
So what I'm doing there, Lester, is I'm literally jumping into that world and writing out an alternate version of the location I'm currently in. And when I do that, it changes the environment to work in my favor or against me sometimes.
The cult poured
What?
gasoline over
Whoa,
the train.
whoa, whoa! What just happened
An
there?
iron cage that would soon be.
Why did that camera? Jesus, that fucked me up. Alright. I guess I was standing near it. Yeah, that's what happened. I was standing near it when I was trying to attack the shadow. Okay. So that was my fault. I thought it was like a game glitch or something.
Come on, ma'am.
This is where the history of the cult gets genuinely disturbing. The cultists tracked down the torchbearers living in the tunnels. They locked the poor folks up in a derailed subway car, doused it in gasoline. Yeah.
Charming.
It turns into a bit of a ghost story after that. They say the dark smoke from the fire still roams the tunnels searching for new victims to devour.
There are no happy endings in this city.
The story thread felt important. I could use it in one of the scenes I'd found.
All right, is there anything in here, really? I don't think there is. I think this is just like an empty... looks like we might have something in here. Ammo, that's always good to have.
It was locked from the other side.
Okay. So let's go back out here, and we got a new plot element. So let's use that new plot.
Beat fit the story perfectly.
Okay, yeah, torchbearers. So let's switch to that, write that in.
Wow, okay, getting the cool game concept a bit more now.
Oh yeah, no, it's just
the
wait.
subway car had become a burnt husk. I could get through it now. None of this was real. It was all real. Fuck me.
I mean, you wrote it. Let's be fair. Let's be fair. You have nobody to blame but yourself for that. You wrote that scene into the game. Can this door open from this side? Oh, okay. All right, that works. Now, to add to the realism of the game, Sam Lake insisted that so you can only carry two guns on you at any given time. Your revolver and another firearm, which can consist of a rifle, hunting rifle, that kind of stuff. He hates games where the protagonist has infinite pockets, kind of like the Sierra point of view, where you pick up anything, it just goes into a giant ass bag or whatever. So in Alan Wake 2, you can only carry so much things. So this stuff that you see here, all of this is actually in that bag that's around my back right now. And you see that I only have so much space in that bag. Now, anytime I use something, he will actually physically take it out of that bag and physically use it. There's an animation for it. Likewise, you'll notice that when I put away my flashlight, he'll actually put it in his pocket, in his pants pocket. There's always spots for everything on him. Do you see? It's never a bottomless pocket or something like that. And that was one of the things that Sam Lake insisted on with this game, was to have it grounded in at least some form of a reality where it feels plausible and believable.
Wait.
So, like, I'm gonna try using one of those med kits right now. Actually, let's do that. Oh, I noticed something else. I should probably quick slot my firearm. So let's equip. Okay. So let's equip a first aid kit. Oh, I didn't do that right, did I? Okay, so he puts it on the ground, opens it up. See, there's an actual animation at play for when he uses stuff. So he just bandaged his wound. Which that can be a bad thing, because if you're being attacked, you won't have time to open up a medical kit that you put on the floor and then bandage a wound. So it makes it more challenging, I guess. But at the same time, it's still pretty cool. That is a lot of shadow, people. Don't mind me, I'm just going into your lockers, stealing all your candy. Yeah. Go back in the corner. Back where you belong, heathen.
Alan Wake.
Alright. Ooh, that's a nice mural. I'm gonna steal your light source with my game award.
My path was blocked. I had to find a way through. The lights would help me.
Would they, though? That looks like a safe room. That's always a nice spot to do our auto saves and our manual saves. Really? You're always teasing me with these lockers that you can open, but there's never anything inside them. Hunted. I hope not. I don't want to be hunted. Wait, how does that help me? What? No, that's not helpful, I don't think. Unless... No, that doesn't... Okay. Oh! Wait, what? That was the light source I put in there from there. What? Oh, this is so confusing. All right. That was like one big twisted mess. Okay, so what we're gonna do here now, we've solved that light area. We're gonna save our progress here. We're gonna save our progress here. That way we don't have to do that again. Just in case. You die here. What? You lost here, you die here. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going down there. There's a lot of shadows down that way. I'd rather avoid those if I can. So let's you bugger! Sneaking up on me. Where'd you go? I thought I heard him behind me. Lester, are you still here, by the way? Because if you are, I'm going to show you the segment that I showed to Lewis earlier. Because we're going into almost 3 hours, 2 hours and 30 minutes, basically. So I figure I'd end the stream with the musical segment from the that is the reason this game was nominated for Game of the Year. One of the reasons, I should say, not the reason, but one of the reasons that Alan Wake 2 is in the running for Game of the Year is because of the musical number in the game that is actually really cool.
Yep, still here.
Okay, let's hop into that. That's how we're going to end the stream tonight. We're going to do this musical number again. Yeah, no worries. So I'll show you this musical number. This is going to blow your mind. From a technical aspect, I'm going to explain all this before we go into it. So basically, from a technical aspect and from a monetary aspect, this entire segment cost in the high in the billions, according to Sam Lake. It cost in the billions for all the programming behind it, all the acting behind it, the choreography for the dancing. They had to hire an entire band to the music for this number. On top of that, the programming is insane, which you'll see as we go through this. So this is a scene from later on in the game, but I just love this.
This time we wanted to do something a little different. A deep dive into who he is as an artist and as a man. Where he comes from, where he draws his inspiration, what demons he wrestles with.
That's Sam Lake, by the way. That guy is the creator of the game. The one in the black suit.
Gods of Asgard, we have created something very special. The song is called Herald of Darkness, but I like to call this next segment the story of the journey of Alan Wake, the musical. We just do what we always do. We'll chat, but instead of talking, we'll sing it.
This is so cool. Oh, you're gonna love this. This is so well done. This blew me away when I first. It blew me away so much that I changed my vote to this for Game of the Year. I was originally gonna give it to Spider-Man 2, but then I saw this segment. I'm like, nope. Alan Wake gets my award for Game of the Year, my nomination. All the work that went into this. Jesus Christ.
What the hell?
From what I've gathered, you grew up nice and sheltered with mama's pretty stories and your own made-up fury. And mama gave me a magic clicker. Well, yes, I think it's true and fair to say.
So these guys, these FMV characters tell you where to go. It's kind of cool. Didn't go through the door there, but oh well. So from a technical aspect, there is at least 50 videos playing at once in this game, in this segment, and they're all in tune with each other. Now you'll see scenes coming up where a character is dancing on one of the video screens, another character is dancing on the other video screen, and he had to sync it so that they're both dancing in tune at the same time to the music. It's nuts. And on top of that, you would think that all of this happening on the screen at once as we're playing the game, all of this happening at the screen on the same screen at once as we're playing the game would bog down the game or cause the console to overheat, or just the level of craziness going on in this segment. And he even said in interviews, he was saying that when he told his programmers what he wanted to do, they were like, "Wait, what?" They were like, "Hold on, this sounds insane. It sounds like it couldn't happen." But they were like, "Okay, we'll give it a go. We'll see what we can do." And they did it.
So you were drawn to stories early on. My dreams would light up my imagination. And you had nightmares night and day. Yeah, but with the clicker, I chased those frights away. Who knew? So true. So here is the clue. Hope to remember. Visions that come true. Bend the lights with string.
So this entire thing is he's being put into this world by Scratch, the demon, and it's just kind of trying to convince him to stay in that realm and not go back to the real world. So anytime he thinks he's trying to escape this music video thing that he's put into, he's actually not. He's being sent further and further into the music video. So this segment is actually quite long, not terribly long, but there is a little bit to it. So stick with it, you'll see. The ending is awesome.
And the award goes to Alan White.
Now, I mentioned this to Always Asleep. That award is actually a game award. I just wanted to point this out. That is definitely a game award.
Wow, insane on multiple levels.
Of hard-boiled killers became bestsellers. It was all too much. I had to get away.
You'll also notice if you look at the floor, it's using real-time reflections, ray tracing. Yeah, there's a lot of detail in this.
But there is more to it than meets the eye. I never meant for it to ruin my life that way. Would you say you lived a jaded lie? Dark shades could never save the day. So sad, but true.
Another thing I wanted to quickly mention, and this goes to how good, how brilliant the acting is in this. So, Ilkka Ville is a Swedish actor. He is doing Alan Wake in all the live action segments in this scene. That is not his voice, though. So he is actually doing insane lip syncing. And the voice actor for Alan Wake is actually a voice actor named Matthew Peretta. So Matthew Peretta is doing the singing voice of Alan Wake, and then Ilkka Ville, who is the FMV actor, has to lip sync to Matthew Peretta's singing. It's crazy. It just blows me away how perfect all of this is. It's stunning.
Wow, yeah, crazy.
So now that we got the third segment of the music. So in total, there's 4, I think. Yeah. So in total, there's 4 of these. This is the third one, and then there's one more. And the fourth one is the finale. But this is really amazing. All the technical aspect here. And there's a lot you can miss because you're kind of looking at one screen here. You know, your focal point is on these guys. But then if you look on the side, there's things happening on the sides that you can miss. It's kind of like all around you.
One more chance for him to save their marriage away from the city, a romantic getaway.
Now, on top of all of this happening, we're now going to be attacked by enemies. So on top of all of these videos playing all at once, we are now having to fight enemies as we're going through all of this. It's insane. It's so freaking perfect. And when I first heard about this, I had never experienced this firsthand. I had heard about it through articles saying, you know, one of the most jaw-dropping elements of Alan Wake 2 was this musical segment. And I was thinking to myself, musical segment? What are they talking about? And then once I experienced it, I'm like, oh yeah, no, I can easily see why this was nominated for Game of the Year. Easily. Because of the technical aspect behind all of this. It's crazy to even think of something like this for a game, let alone to have your programmers and your staff do it and do it so perfectly.
music is really cleverly written to loop seamlessly.
But that's not even that. But that's inaccurate too, because it's not looping seamlessly. Because as you noticed, as soon as I got to that location, it triggered a totally different musical score. So everything that's happening on those video screens and the music itself is actually tuned into the player's footsteps. Believe it or not, every step you take is affecting the screens around you. That's how they programmed this. They programmed it so that everything you are doing is affecting the entire world around you in this segment. It's crazy. And here is the final segment here, and then it'll end the stream for tonight. But thank you to everybody tuning in. I really appreciate you watching this with me and experiencing this amazing segment in video games. So he thinks right now that he is back in the real world. He's escaped the music video and the music video world that we were trapped in by Scratch.
A vision.
A vision. Now, what's going on here? I wonder. What? That's right. We're not out yet.
Such a dark place. Am I trapped in here? Is this real? I cannot remember. There was a manuscript. It held a key. A vicious cycle I must not surrender to. Echo seems to seek out again and again until I figure it out to bring this song to its end.
So in order to end this segment entirely, it's telling us use this, right? So we have to go to that board, that writer's board, and we have to write in...
Shadows are so hilarious.
Yeah, they really are. So we have to write in an ending. So you remember earlier when I was playing parts of the game, we had to write in scenes in the train station. So we have to write in a finale for the music video. Now watch this. This is going to blow you away. I love this finale so much. Alright, so we are going to... Check out this finale. This finale blows me away.
And I thought this place couldn't get any stranger.
All right, so we have successfully wrote ourselves out of that music video. the
Catchy, right?
Herald of darkness, lost in the Ai, Swedish brothers, perkele. Ai, että nyt on kyllä, joo. Laitto pojat jenkkakoneet soimaan. Atana. Champion of light.
All right, so that's we just go through the doors and that ends the chapter there. But that entire, I remember when I experienced that for the first time, I my jaw dropped. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know what to think. I still am blown away by the amount of work that went behind it. Because Sam Lake again said, he had to hire the band, which is, by the way, if you want to look up the band on YouTube, they are known as Poets of the Fall. You can find their YouTube channel. They have a lot of their music videos and songs on YouTube. They are a well-known Swedish band that Sam Lake is a fan of, and he's used them in both Alan Wake 1 and in Alan Wake 2 for that musical number. They were the ones who wrote the song for him. The song is exclusive to the game. Actually, all the lyrics of that song are talking about the game. So yeah, that song is exclusive to the game and was written for Sam Lake by Poets of the Fall,
Insane
who performed it
in the game and to execute it. Wow.
Yeah, no, it was insane. And I remember watching an interview with Ilka Vili, who is the FMV actor who plays Alan Wake in those segments and in the singing and all that kind of stuff. And all of them, like everybody, when Sam Lake approached them and said, well, this is what we're going to do this entire segment. And interestingly enough, this entire segment was originally on the chopping block. They weren't even going to put it into the game, even after all that work. I think at one point Sam Lake said that they felt not uninspired, but they felt worn out, I guess you could say, about it, and decided maybe it's better if we don't put it into the game. But then at the last minute they finally put it in, and you know what? It worked to their favor because they're nominated for Game of the Year for that reason and other reasons, of course, too. But no, it's stunning. I've never seen anything to that degree put into a game, and the amount of choreography involved, the band, hiring the band, the actors, the voice actors, because again, you're using voice actors and actors because Alan Wake, Ilka Vili is a totally, he's using a voice actor for his character, so it's two actors playing Alan Wake. So all of that combined all together, and they had to, I'm assuming, rent out a stadium to film all of this. It's nuts. It really is a technical marvel from not only a programming point of view, but a filming point of view as well, I would think. But anyway, that's it for tonight's live stream, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful night. Thank you very much to Lewis, Lester, and Always Asleep for tuning in tonight. Greatly appreciated. Awesome to talk to you, Always Asleep, about Alan Wake 2. Glad you're a fan of it as much as I am. Yeah, so that's it for tonight. I will be back tomorrow. We're probably going to do some RoboCop around the same time, starting at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll go into some RoboCop and play some more of that game.
Thanks for the stream.
Oh, anytime. Thank you for tuning in, Lester. It's always great to have you. But yeah, no. So we'll be back tomorrow around the same time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll do some RoboCop, and we'll come back to Alan Wake at a later date and continue on with this game as well. And of course, December 7th, we will be streaming the Avatar game, Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. based on the James Cameron movies Avatar and Avatar 2. It's set in that universe, open world game made by Ubisoft. Going to be a lot of fun, I think. So that'll be December 7th. And until then, we'll just keep on going on our track record here, playing these games, getting through them. Alan Wake, RoboCop, and what was the third one we were streaming? I don't remember. I have to look on my YouTube. But there was a third game we were doing as well. Anyway, we'll continue with those until December 7th, and then we'll switch over to Avatar. I also do intend to stream once I feel better. I don't really want to push it too much with the moving around too much. But once I feel better, I do intend to stream Assassin's Creed VR on my Quest. So once I feel better, we'll do that as well, and that'll be a lot of fun. So anyway, yes, thank you once again, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful night, and I'll see you soon at the Gamers Grotto. Take care once again. Have a wonderful night. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you tomorrow for RoboCop Rogue City on the PS5. Have a great night, folks. Take care.